students. So today we have to start with the economic importance of fungi. We have already discussed about the economic importance of bacteria. This is the second part of this chapter. So fungi, what are the structural feature or how you can differentiate bacteria from fungi? So bacteria was unicellular but fungi is multicellular. Bacteria was prokaryotic but fungi is eukaryotic. Fungi is achlorophyllous. It means it does not has the chlorophyll. Then there is no differentiation of the fungi into its root, stem and leaf. Although it grows in the soil, but there is no differentiation into root, stem and leaf. And the mode of nutrition they perform is the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. It means they depend on other living organisms for their food. Now, a general study of fungi we have to do. Molds is a type of fungi which grows on our food, bread, fruits and leather. It consists of fine thread-like structure known as hyphae. Fine thread-like structure is known as hyphae and the network of this thread-like structure is known as mycelium. So this whole is mycelium, whereas a single fine thread-like structure is hypha. More than one fine thread-like structure is known as hyphae. Hyphae helps in the nutrition. So if here the bread is there, this hyphae will secrete an enzyme, and as the hyphae will secrete an enzyme, the food in this surrounding due to this enzyme will get dissolved and then the food will be absorbed through the surface of the hyphae. So in this way it helps in extracellular digestion. The hyphae will secrete an enzyme which will dissolve the food in the surrounding and then the dissolved food will be absorbed by the surface of the hyphae. And this type of digestion is known as extracellular digestion. In case of molds, there is spores and spores are the reproductive units in case of fungi, whereas the spores in bacteria were helping the bacteria to overcome the unfavorable situation or to survive in the unfavorable condition, whereas the spores are the reproductive units of fungi. Now, the other type of fungi is mushroom and toadstool. These are commonly visible in rainy season. Right now you can see orange color, yellow color type of, and it grows on the surfaces of the wood. Okay, most of the mushrooms are poisonous, but some of the mushrooms are edible, and we will discuss in detail about these edible mushrooms cultivation. Now the another type of fungi we have to see is yeast. Yeast is unicellular eukaryotic fungi. Okay. The types commonly used in production of bread, beer, wine are selected strains of Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So this particular yeast, that is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, is helping the wine and beverage industry as well as the baking industry. Okay, so you can just imagine a single cell organism is helping all the wine and beverage industry to survive and to sustain. Okay, and why these wine and bakery industry is dependent on Saccharomyces cerevisiae? Because these yeast will perform anaerobic mode of respiration. And what is the product of anaerobic respiration? That is ethanol and carbon dioxide. Ethanol and carbon dioxide. So ethanol will be useful for the beverage industry, wine and beverage industry, whereas the carbon dioxide is used for the baking industry for making the bread. Okay, so this is how the anaerobic respiration performed by the yeast is helping these two industries to survive. Okay, and such anaerobic mode of respiration in which ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide is produced in the absence of oxygen performed by yeast is known as fermentation. Okay, so we will discuss about fermentation in detail in this chapter. Then most yeasts produce asexually by budding. So what happens in budding? A cell is there and a small bud-like structure grows on its surface. This bud size of the bud will increase, and slowly when the size of the bud will increase, it will get detached from the parent cell. Okay. A few yeast also reproduce by fission and the parent cell dividing into two equal cells. A parent cell is there and then it divides into two equal cells. So this type of fission is what? Binary fission. In food manufacture, yeast is used to cause fermentation and leavening. What is fermentation? Just now we have seen that an aerobic mode of respiration performed by yeast which results in the formation of ethanol and carbon dioxide is known as fermentation. Leavening, because this carbon dioxide when the yeast is added to the mixture of the bread, that is dough, what will happen? The yeast will perform. You must have seen your mother using yeast in the preparation of dhokla or in the preparation of cakes. So when they add yeast will perform fermentation. As a result of fermentation, carbon dioxide will be formed, and this carbon dioxide will try to move out because it is in the gaseous state. So when it is coming out through the layers of the dough, what will happen? Bubbles or air spaces will be formed due to the carbon dioxide. So the layer of the dough gets increased. This is known as leavening. So these fungi feeds on sugar. So this is how carbon dioxide is useful for the baking industry and ethyl alcohol is useful for the wine and beverage industry. Okay. So this fermentation will occur on the sugar molecules. Okay, the substrate for the fermentation is what? Sugar molecules or the glucose. So this sugar molecule or glucose will be, after fermentation, will be forming carbon dioxide and ethyl alcohol, and this is done by the help of the yeast. Okay, so producing alcohol and carbon dioxide. In wine and beverage manufacture, the former is used. Okay, wine and beverage, this particular product will be used, whereas in baking industry, this particular product is useful. Okay, next is just the structure of yeast. This is the cell wall of the yeast, and the cell wall of the yeast is made up of chitin, a major difference. Cell wall in plant cell is made up of cellulose, whereas the cell wall in fungal cell or cells in the fungi is made up of chitin. Then there is cell membrane. This is cytoplasm. Okay, this is nucleus. This is vacuole. These pink dots are mitochondria. Apart from it, it will have the fat granules. It will have the fat vacuoles, which is filled with the fat. This is fat vacuole. Okay. Then lipid vacuole is also there. So this is how the food is stored inside the cell and on which the metabolic activities will be continued. Since it has a well-defined nucleus, so it is eukaryotic. So this is all for today. Next class we will continue with the economic importance of yeast. Thank you everyone.